Here with us today are three fifth graders. We have Gracie, Brooks, and Erica. And we're just going to have a conversation about things we love about Harney Elementary. So all three of these kids have been here at Harney since they were in kindergarten. And so we're going to think all the way back to when they were 5 years old and kind of think about the progress and the times and the memories they have here at Harney and see what they have to say. So what are the good things that you guys remember?
I remember, let's see here, like the teachers. I just love the teachers, and the younger grades. I didn't like. It was teaching, but like we were just learning simple things. So we also had a lot of good times in those little grades, like the 100th day of school in kindergarten, because it was our first 100th day of school.
Do you remember what you put together for your 100th day?
Yes, we stacked 100 cups. We counted like 100 goldfish. We had to bring like 100 pennies or something at home. Something that equals like 100 or something.
What did you bring?
I brought pennies.
I brought M&Ms.
M&Ms.
I don't remember what I brought. Oh, I remember the first day of school, or the 100th day of school, they had streamers hanging from in the door frame.
Oh yeah.
I walked in, didn't know they were there, scared the heck out of me. I was tangled for like 2 minutes. Took Connor and Keegan to help me out of that. That's how, by the way, that's how we met.
I remember that.
Okay, so that's the 100th day. Was any other thing or activity or special day stand out?
Field day. It was my first ever field day. It's kind of sad that this year was going to be my last field day, so
Okay.
kind of humbling.
Oh, I remember in kindergarten, pretty sure it was kindergarten, every Friday we would have a show and tell.
Yeah, we would.
And I would always bring the same kind of thing. It was always a stuffed animal. I have like a cajillion stuffed animals.
Do you like that? Do you like the show and tell?
It it gives me something to look forward to
Yeah, definitely.
at the end of the week, and it made me feel closer to other people, knowing how their lives are, how they were before we met,
Okay.
things that mean a lot to them.
All right, other than kindergarten stuff, what other activities in other grades do you remember? Something that stands out?
Ooh, a field trip to the zoo. That was a really fun field trip, and like I can always remember what we did, and it was just really fun because I was just my two best friends, so it was really really fun.
Okay.
And I was with my mom, so it was like amazing.
I actually think this was kindergarten. I just remember there was this bug that we caught, and we named him Buggy, and we kept him in this little old flower pot we found out there. We'd give him leaves and stuff to eat every day, and we would go and we'd talk to him every day at recess.
Okay, what kindergarten teachers did you have?
I had Mrs. Ford.
I had Miss Boyette.
Boyette.
Okay. What about first grade?
As in teachers,
Yeah, who'd you have?
Mrs. Yoder.
Miss Yoder,
Yoder.
Okay. Second grade?
Taylor,
Taylor.
Third grade?
Hooverville,
Seriously?
Mrs. Williams.
Mrs. Williams.
Fourth grade?
Miss Storms.
Miss
Oh, Miss
Storms.
Storms.
And you guys are in the storms again this year.
Yes, we are.
Okay, so going back to the activities beyond first grade. So we've mentioned field days. What else?
Christmas programs,
Christmas program.
Oh,
What do you like about that?
singing,
singing.
the whole thing.
I saw
With
Ava.
all my family there.
I saw Ava in a dress. Ava wore a
Dressing up.
dress. Ava has never worn a dress ever in her entire life except for that one time.
Yes, dressing up I think is fun.
That was fun.
Like I don't know,
Ava.
dressing up just gives me a vibe.
Yeah.
A vibe.
A
A
vibe.
good vibe?
A good vibe. It just makes me vibe.
Were you nervous singing in front of all those people?
Still am nervous and never won't be.
Yeah.
That's all right. Okay, what else?
In second grade was when my parents split. And I remember that Miss Taylor, because she had trouble with her family, she remembered what that felt like. So she
Okay.
knew that I was struggling, and she wasn't super hard on me if I wasn't completely
she
there.
connected with you and helped you
Yes.
through that?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, Gracie was
Gracie
there too.
was there.
Yeah, I think we can all agree that second grade, since
Okay.
we were all in Miss Taylor's class, that second grade was a hard year for all of us.
Yeah.
Because our Miss Taylor was gone for probably 2 months.
Her dad died. At least I think that's what happened. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure because she got a very ominous phone call.
Yes.
And she
Oh,
said,
I
I gotta
remember
go.
that. She started crying
And
and
she was
stuff.
crying. I felt so
Okay.
bad for her.
What about, go ahead.
I remember my mom came in one day and we all made like this little heart thing.
Oh yeah, those.
Oh,
Yeah, those were so cute.
Uh-huh.
Do you like it when adults come in and do special activities like that?
It depends on the adult.
Yes, definitely.
If it's one of those adults where they try to do a craft but they stick specifically to the planned out craft and they don't let you have a little bit of freedom with it, I have a lot of adults like that. That gets really annoying because it's
It
like,
could be adults that aren't used to working with kids.
Too, yeah.
You know, I think adults that work with kids, we get to know you and
Yeah.
know some of the freedoms that you need. And yeah, that's hard for somebody that comes in from the outside who's not used to that.
I have a lot of that because my mom works with kids, both me and Grace both.
Yeah.
So we have like a lot of craft freedom and things that like we want to do. We can just
Okay.
kind of collab.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have like this huge craft cabinet,
Okay.
and we used to have our basement was
Oh yeah.
it was like all craft.
Hmm.
Like,
Okay.
there were pictures on the wall that we drew, and there were desks and
Is there any specific lesson or something that you've learned or a way a teacher has taught something to you that really stood out as like a wow moment? Like, oh, that really worked for me, or
wait a minute, Gracie, you have a basement?
I did in my last house.
I was gonna say, then how haven't you silenced the lamb me? Thrown me in your basement, locked
okay,
me in.
back to the question.
This will be cut
here. What activities in class
Oh,
that have helped you learn?
I don't really like. I'm not good at like remembering those things. So I mean, I'm
Okay.
sure I might remember something here on probably after this, but yes.
My teacher likes to hand out things like little papers, and she likes to write stuff down in her notebook, and we all do that too, and we can remember it that way.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
What about funny things? Has anything, other than like, we're not making fun of people, but it's just like, has your class ever just like really laughed over things that maybe have happened in class? Maybe the teacher said something silly, or just the topic got out of, off the project, or the topic that we wanted to talk about, and the class just started spontaneously just laughing.
Yes, I 100% feel this. So like we had to read for like 20 minutes straight in Miss Yoder's class, and if we did that, it was the whole class. And she said, if you guys can do this, I'll go outside and do a cartwheel.
That was Miss Taylor.
That was Miss Yoder. And it was really, really fun.
Okay, so that was memorable.
Yes.
What about dress up day? Or did you want to add something?
We were reading my group. Well, we have like book groups, and my group was reading a book, and someone's book was called Hair Roller.
That was the name of a character.
Yes, hair roller and hairless.
Hairless.
And you guys all laughed about
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
My group's reading Wizard of Oz, and our entire group has a completely different sense of humor than most kids. And there's this one where it was really weird, because it's the Wizard of Oz, the original book, and the Tin Man, he doesn't kill things. Like, they spent 5 pages talking about how long he cried because he stepped on a beetle. And and then later in the chapter, to save a mouse, he killed a bobcat. And I'm like, wait a minute. That makes no sense. And we spent like 5 minutes laughing about that, trying to figure out how that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, that was fun.
Some of the things that Harney has every year, like the Christmas program or talent show, field day, awards day. How do you remember those? Are those positive memories for you?
Always.
Or were you ever disappointed that you didn't get something that you thought maybe you would?
I remember every year somebody would say what awards they're going to give out, and I could sit there and I could name every single person who's going to get that award, and I was right almost every single time.
Is that, other than it's good that you were able to guess, is it good that you could predict?
Yeah, I thought that was also something really fun, because it gave me something to pay attention to, a reason to pay attention to other people. I would pay attention to how they feel, how they act, how they act around certain people, and what they do. And that gave me something fun to do that helped me learn how to pay attention and read other people.
Did you have friends that got upset that they didn't get something?
I 100% did, and I still do. I have one of my friends. So in 2nd grade, I got the Harney Tiger Cub in Miss Taylor's class. And one of my friends, he was kind of sad that he didn't get it, but he was, at the same time, he was happy for me.
Yeah.
So it's nice that he still knows that I did good.
Okay. Gracie, what about you?
Not really. My friends just be like, yeah, good job. And they just go walk away.
Do you find the staff here at Harney nice?
Amazingly nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
I mean, I've noticed that some teachers get angry really easily. And has anybody ever noticed that not the custodians, that our teachers, they're always like, it's not the custodian's job to clean up your mess. And it's understandable to have to pick up your pencils and the things that are on your floor. But if there's little tiny pieces of paper, that's kind of, I'm thankful for them because they literally get paid to clean, which I think would be an amazing job. But I've noticed that that's literally their job. And there are some things that if you read far enough into them, you can think, wait a minute.
So why do you think teachers have you pick up after yourself?
So the custodians don't think that we're pigs.
I think it's a good life lesson.
It
Because to know that there's not always going to be someone there.
Yeah.
But there's not always going to be someone walking behind you with a broom ready to clean up your mess.
Teachers, we teach you guys how to be overall good human beings, right? And part of that is cleaning up after yourself.
Yeah.
So that's good.
I just think it's annoying when we have to pick out the tiny little pieces of paper out of the carpet. That gets annoying fast.
That is hard.
How do they even get there?
I don't even know.
Oh, it's probably that one group of kids that always sits up there and cuts and stuff while they're doing my play and
Just
stuff.
cuts papers.
I'm serious, they will literally just cut tiny pieces of paper.
Okay.
I'm
They don't clean it up.
After lunch every day, I think the custodian comes to clean my table, and I just be very nice to them because they help out a lot with our school.
Yeah, definitely.
Some of the hardest working people here.
They are, yeah. Because
absolutely.
they stay here, and sometimes they'll even work the nights.
Mhm.
So, they work through the night to clean every single classroom there is here, so.
Have you ever had to go to Nurse Tiffany?
Yeah, funny story. I'm pretty sure we know that story. I cut my finger with scissors, kind of dropped the scissors, and then I caught them, and then they closed on my finger, and my finger was bleeding really bad. And I went in there, and my finger was just dripping of blood, and it was I was holding my hand up, and my arm was just red blood. And it didn't stop bleeding for 4 hours. It took 4 hours for it to stop bleeding. A football practice later, still bleeding. So.
And Nurse Tiffany helped you out.
And she helped me out a lot because I don't know if she wasn't there, then I don't know what would have happened.
It's all right.
Whenever I get hurt, and this is a lot of times, I get hurt constantly. She just kind of throws ice at the problem, and it usually works.
Yeah, she does.
Oh, one time. Do you guys remember those tiny gray monkey bars that only came up about this far up off the ground?
Yeah.
when Clara first came to school, like it was like her second day here, I fell off of those and I hit my eye right here. And I had a huge black eye.
Oh.
She took me to the nurse. She gave me ice. I'm serious. I used like 4 ice packs before it stopped hurting. And one of my, was that kindergarten? No, it had to have been first grade. So yeah, it had to have been first grade. And after that, there were pictures. The pictures were like 3 days later. And I still had this huge black eye, but luckily my mom called my grandma and she came and she had a bunch of concealer, all kinds of different skin tones. And we spent like 2 hours trying to get it covered. Because like it took like 3 coats just to cover the black. Dang, I stuttered.
One time I was running and a hula hoop hit my leg and I fell down and there was this huge hole in my new pants.
Oh no.
And it was bleeding and it was very, very nasty.
Yeah, I wonder who that was.
Yeah,
And what grade was this?
it was great.
5th grade.
Yes, ma'am.
I thought it was 4th.
Oh.
All I remember was chasing that person around with that exact same hula hoop trying to tie him to a tree.
I wondered who that person was.
Okay, so you ended up with Nurse Tiffany
Uh-huh.
with your skinned knee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Skin knees are never fun.
we're pretty lucky to have Nurse Tiffany.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember one time, Braden, he's okay when other people start bleeding, but when he's bleeding, he like freaks out. And he fell one time, and he got this giant hole right here in his sweatpants. And no one even knew that. I think it was me and Gracie, somebody else was there. And he fell, and he didn't notice he was bleeding.
Oh.
And he just kind of did that. He just walked on, didn't notice he was bleeding, didn't notice the hole. And I stopped, and I was in front of him, and Grace was behind him, and I was like, and I asked her, like, if I should say something. She's like, yeah, it's starting to drip down his leg. And I was like, hey, Braden, your leg's bleeding. And I didn't even finish the sentence before he started freaking out. And I was just like, come here. And we got him to the nurse. She took like 10 big Band-Aids to cover up.
Sure.
I have 2 good ones that I feel really bad. So 2 of my friends, they were running. This was not at the same time, 2 different incidents. And so the first time, my friend tripped on rocks, and his whole back and his whole body was all skinned up, and it was disgusting. And like he was just like, I could feel the pain.
Was that here at school?
It was here at school, yeah. We were playing basketball, I think.
Okay, so
And
out
Miss Tiffany,
on the basketball court by the
Nurse
parking lot.
Tiffany got him really good, got him cleaned up, and he was at lunch, and I was like, wow, that had to hurt.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna close it out. Good job today, and we will see you guys next time.